Everybody, let's move on. I can't see because it's frozen. Get done on our agenda, which is talking about this course, and also to make a bet with you guys. So, for level 3 chemistry, this is what our course outline looks like. The plan is to do 3 internals and 1 external. The great news is that with the internals that we are doing this year, there isn't a practical component. So if you guys need to do any remote learning because you're isolating, or if we go into lockdown, I doubt it we will, but hopefully it could happen. All these things can be done remote. That's really good news for us. We are starting with the organic chemistry. And I can tell you after organic chemistry, we'll go into spec because it ties really well together. And then I'm not really sure what order we're going to do things afterwards. It kind of really depends on how things are situated. Because you remember, the science block is going to get refurbished probably in term 2, and that's going to influence our practicals. And I'm mindful that redox has more practicals than the other ones. So I might shift things around so that way they fit. There's 14 credits total that are available, and that's enough to pass level 3 chemistry. I'm happy to offer additional externals. I've put thermochemistry down there because thermochem, I find, is probably the better of the extra ones. Aqueous is also an option, but from my experience, aqueous is the harder external out of all 3, and it is probably the least useful. So I haven't listed it, but if you do want to do aqueous, let me know and I can roll you in it. Are there any questions so far about this? No? All right. We just got to be mindful that we need to be kind of flexible with the schedule because I'm not sure where things are going to go. Yeah, Hannah. We should be getting them soon because I think so once I know who's doing multiple externals and who just wants to do one, I should be able to distribute them. So I'm hoping this week or next week. Cool. All right. So the next thing I have to think about as a class is to make the class wager. I love to make bets and wagers and things like that because I'm competitive. I have a very competitive dad and a very, very competitive brother. And so we love to challenge each other and pull pranks on each other and things like that. So to give you guys some examples of some really silly things I've done with my family. One time I walked into the kitchen and my brother had a bottle of lemon juice on the table. And he asked me, I don't think you can, or not ask, he challenged me to take a tablespoon of lemon juice. And I said, that's easy, I can do that. So I did that. And then he took one because he wanted to prove that he could also do it. And then we went back and forth, taking just tablespoon after tablespoon after tablespoon of lemon juice. Eventually my dad walked in and saw what we were doing. And instead of like putting an end to this silliness, he was like, you guys are doing that the stupid way. He then grabbed a shot glass and we did shots of lemon juice. I don't know why. We were in our 20s too, so we were at uni. So we were smarter than that. Anyway, we finished a bottle of lemon juice. So it was about half a liter between the two of us. And then we hit a point being like, okay, what do we do next? And so my dad said, you need to find something that one person's willing to do and the other person isn't willing to do. So my brother was willing to take half a shot of soy sauce and I was not. So my brother did half a shot of soy sauce. And that's how my brother did half a shot of soy sauce. We were both very ill, though, afterwards, so it wasn't a smart idea. So that was my first bet with my brother. My second bet with my brother was with Sal's Pizza. Have you guys? Yeah. I was talking about how big they were, and they were huge. And he was like, I bet I could finish a whole one by myself. And then I said, put your money where your mouth is. I bet you to do it. So he did, and he did finish it, and he won basically like a 4-pack of Red Bull because we were uni students and that's what he wanted. So it's basically dumb stories about my brother. The last wager that I'm really, really proud of is that I bet my brother to eat a whole raw onion like an apple. So we peeled it and then he like held it and then just crunched into it. And he did that for $10. $10. Yes. That's what I thought too. It was like $10. You're willing to do this for $10? I was like, that is good money. So that's what I got my brother to do, and I'm very proud of all these little stupid things my brother's done. So I'll tell the stories because I want to make a wager with my classes to encourage you guys to work hard and also to create a teamwork aspect. So the way my wagers work, there's my document camera, so hopefully it'll start up. Isn't that neat? It's really useful. Little webcam attached to a stick. Right, so let me give you an example of a wager that I made with one of my other classes. So what I'm doing is I'm thinking about the number of standards that are offered in our typical course, which is going to be 4. I'm happy you guys want to do extra. That doesn't bother me. I then look at the number of students that we have in the class. I multiply these two numbers together, and I look at what is the total number of assessments we are doing. Okay? Then I ask, okay, out of those total number of assessments, how many assessments can you pass? How many assessments can you get at merit or excellence? How many assessments can you get at excellence? Then, when they hit that number, I will give them that prize. And I'm happy to do multiple layers of prizes. So for the excellences, if they hit 20, they get a free period. If they hit 40, I'm going to buy some takeaway for them. So that one builds. With the $100 of takeaway, I only offer that once. I'm happy to put it in under 2 prizes, so that way you have whichever comes first. But that's what I like to do for my classes. And like I said, it encourages you guys to work together. It holds you accountable. It also means that you care about the people around you. So there's no point if you're just focusing on yourself and going, I'm trying to get excellences on everything, because the person sitting next to you isn't also doing that. You're not going to hit to the magic number. Does that make sense to everybody? Now, 80 is just the typical number that we have. I'm happy if you guys want to do extra and kind of beef up that number. That doesn't bother me at all. And give me what you want as your prizes, and we'll negotiate. Obviously, smaller prizes are for easier goals, big prizes for bigger goals. I have had my level 3, I had 2 level 3 classes last year. Both of them hit their big prize goal, and they got their takeaways. So it is possible, and I'm happy to spend that money with those really good grades. So think about that, and when we start our next lesson, we will create our wager and we will sign it. So like plan? All right. So I think we have 18 in a class. Is there 18 or 20? Or we have 18 or 20. I think we have 18. So 4 times 18, you're thinking out of 72 standards. Ready? That's everything. So can we please wipe down the tables, the spray, and the cloth on the side? Can you also put up the chairs once it's been wiped?